this food is delicious. I will put it in my mouth.
It's me.
It's you.
Especially the little the toothy fang. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Okay,
And
so
the hair of victory. Oh wow, and then an immediate change. Your hair's a different color! That is purple! That is purple now, isn't it?
No.
That's purple!
It's shadowy, which makes it a darker color, but in general, it's pink.
Ah, that's purple to me. Like those grapes in the background, in the lower left.
No.
That's pink? I don't know. Oh, should you order somebody to read these? Nope, never mind, he's gone.
alright, so we were saying about yogurt.
Yes, I just want to make sure that the stream will still be good at this point. Hopefully it was just the cutscene that did that. It's still doing the thing. It seems like we're dropping a quarter of the frames they're trying to see in the stream. So actually, can we try something real quick before we get into that?
Yeah.
Alright, can we pause?
Is that good?
We'll find out. Move the game.
Oops.
Hello.
Alright, so let's see how this looks.
Alright, chat.
I don't chat. Yeah, you have to let us know from here if it's any better. I mean, also technically this is like your first attempt to stream here, so.
Hey Jay, we're
It'll be a
playing
learning
Ark.
experience. What's this?
Seems
We're
better so
playing
far.
Ark.
We're playing Ark?
What's the third?
Oh, with dinosaurs and cavemen.
Hey, Jay, if you ever wanted to know how to pick up chicks. Oh, fuck! I was gonna say, I've never gotten that treasure chest before, but then I jumped off the building!
No, do it again!
No, do it again! Let me go!
Let the bird carry you up! Oh.
It doesn't work like that, Jay.
Forget it! Oh. Get it, we believe in you! Uh-oh. You have to, like, roll or something?
I don't know what I did.
You got good.
I got good.
Yeah, but you were accidentally good.
Oh, no. I've always...
Oh, the chaos, we don't know what's going on!
Yes. Oh.
Oh, no!
Okay. Fuck you.
You're a fool!
I was like, oh, my childhood dream's about to be realized. I've never gotten that treasure chest. Okay.
Oh, what did you say, Jay?
Nothing.
What did you say?
What did you say, Jay? What did you say?
I regret it, and don't make me say it again.
I didn't hear it. What did you say?
Come on, don't leave Chris behind like this.
Yeah, Jay.
Ah, it's delicious. The chocolate milk.
That's not what you said. I didn't hear that.
Just put this in my mouth.
I feel like you said something like food.
Nope. Don't tell. No, it's fine. Don't even worry about it.
I must have missed it.
I said, oh no, you're a fool. That's the recent popular Saps clip that he won't stop advertising everywhere he goes. Man, do me a favor, Saps. Never get business cards. Why not? I just see you like ninja shuriken them, and everyone you say, what the hell is happening?
We're blowing away the fog.
Yeah.
Clearly.
You got a quest to.
Oh, good, and we can see the nose and butt plants. I love it.
We got a quest to remove the fog, then we picked up the tornado and threw it against the fog.
Yeah, clearly.
Obviously.
I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
Is that not how you do it in America?
I can't say that I can't say that I have tried that, no.
You try that next time.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, if I ever see another tornado in real life. Have you guys seen a tornado in real life?
No.
I have. Well, kinda.
Whoa.
Of course you have. Well, of course you have, Jay.
When we were at the archery festival that I would go to, I'll get to the yogurt at some point. I'm sorry, but we were at an archery festival at a local ski resort, and the tornado came down on the other side of the mountain, and so everyone's afraid in their cars, but we don't know which way to run. because we don't know if the tornado is going to come around on the left side or the right side. And when running from a tornado, it's pretty important to know. But thankfully, it kind of weaved back and forth because there's so many, like, not mountains, but like little hills in Pennsylvania that it couldn't really go anywhere. We were like, huh, which way do we run not to die? Which is not question twice in my life, I think. One with a tornado and one with a bear. You know, it's fine.
I was gonna think one with a deer.
No, I don't have to run from the deer, generally.
The deer has to run from you.
Or gets flung in the air at me, brah. But, what was it? So...
Also, I changed the stream title.
Thank you, Saps.
Thank you, I forgot. Good.
Yes, the chat even told you forgot. What? Oh, I thought you
Listen,
were...
I was trying to get everything else to work. But, okay. So, yogurt. So, as I said, as a prequel, as a preliminary teaser for this, is I don't like yogurt.
But I had...
Yes, I had the displeasure of trying dehydrated yogurt.
Ew.
Yeah! Did you tell this story?
Yeah, I did, and the entire reason why I did this is because this story is actually kind of long. So I didn't feel like holding this up in Gex for the story.
Now,
But,
Jay, I just have to mention, Jay.
Yes?
I also had bad experience with hope.
Dehydrated yogurt? Oh.
I also had the issue with yogurt, but mine was moldy yogurt. And I didn't look into the yogurt before eating.
Yeah, I've done that with milk. It's the worst. You got bananas.
Yeah, that was a weird experience. He like negged me for not being able to swim, but then he gave me bananas. Honestly, that's most of my experience dating.
You can't swim. Have a banana.
Yeah.
But okay, so I there's a little lady that we know in Canada when we go to the fishing trips. Her name is Flossie, and she was a little secretary for I think an accounting firm for most of her life, and then the moment she retired, she's like, I want to live my life. So she started kayaking and canoeing and these like week-long hikes in the mountain that she's never done before. So generally she's trying to ask everybody for help and trying to survive. My dad met her because she got this stove for free that you're supposed to like put a flame on top and there's gas coming out of it, and you're supposed to pump up the gas enough so the flame condenses into those usual like campfire cookers that you see, like they're like that kind of thing. But it wasn't doing it. So she's out there with her hair done up in hairspray and she's pumping the gas thing, and the
oh my god.
The wind is blowing, and the fire is about 3 feet high, and the wind is blowing the flame enough she can fit her hair, she can fit her head in the crook of the flame, and she's trying to pump it out of desperation. And my dad's like, no! And he comes over and he helps her put the fire up, and that's how they met. Anyway, so she's always working really hard to get better at this. So one summer when we met her, she decided she wanted to reduce the weight in her backpack, she doesn't have a lot of muscle, by taking the moisture out of all her food. And I'm not very good in general at saying no.
No.
You didn't know.
But she brought this entire...
You'll be really good about it.
She brought this entire like basket of dehydrated food, and she just keeps handing me like, here, try this dehydrated apple. No. Okay, so first it was the yogurt. I'm like, what? It was like this Laffy Taffy stuff that I put in my mouth.
How do you dehydrate yogurt?
It was different. It was a lot like Laffy Taffy, but a bit more crumbly. And I put it in my mouth and I ate that. I'm like, oh. And then it gets like stuck to your teeth. You're like, no! And the taste is just all up in my mouth. It is awful. So like, give me the next thing. You're like, oh, here, have this dehydrated pineapple. I also hate pineapple. So I'm like, but I don't know how to say no. So I eat that, and then you give me like, here, have dehydrated lima beans. I'm like, why did you do this? There was other things you could have done this too. But so finally she hands me apples. I'm like, yes, please. And I eat a lot of the apples to get the taste out of my mouth because it's all sticking to my teeth because it's dehydrated, like some kind of candy. And then it's layering, so it turned into pineapple yogurt
Anime.
with lima beans. Anime. Is he speaking? Wait.
They suddenly appeared
Celestial pigs.
For some reason, the evil pigs seem to be collecting gold. I bet your grandma's bracelet that was stolen by the Tomba pigs was made out of gold, too. The 7 evil pigs are hiding somewhere in this world. If you find them, I'm sure you'll be
involved.
There's seven evil pigs,
Just
something,
remember,
something.
Be very careful.
something old man, something wise thing. Go get them. The Kong pigs are they called?
Coma.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I'm eating all these dehydrated foods. They're all layering on top of each other and just mixing these flavors in my mouth. So I just keep engorging myself on the frickin'
On food that you never wanted.
Yes, exactly. I couldn't say no to. The problem is I really didn't think about how dehydrated food works because I've never run into it before. And when it hits the liquid in your stomach, it wants to rehydrate, right? So the food just starts expanding in my stomach. And I'm just sitting there like, oh! Like, I've never felt it before. And at first it was strange, and then it was uncomfortable. Because I put too much in there. And then she's like, do you want more? And I
Jay,
can't
it's
say
okay.
no.
It's okay, Jay. I'm very familiar
Can't
with
say
that
no.
sensation.
Why?
Nothing.
Is this a frog door joke? How
Sure.
dare you? Anyway, so just freaking, and then that lasted for like a whole day while I waited for my own stomach to empty. It's just kind of waddling around. So my dad knows that I can't say no, so he just smiles like, "How you feeling, son?" Shut up, Dad. Anyway,
So not too unlike the bikini story.
no.
The what story?
No.
Huh?
That's another long one. I
Jay.
want such. You tell a story.
I don't have any that's funny as yours.
Fucking. All right. Another Canada story is me and my dad in my favorite, my ex-favorite cove. My now distant like ex of a favorite cove. Because
Wait,
goddamn it, we
your
were
ex-favorite what?
cove. Like it used to be my favorite, and now it's not because of this particular story.
Oh boy.
So it was actually the day that we had Flossie out, and I think it was not the.
Who's Flossie?
Yeah, her name is Flossie. Yeah, her name is Flossie.
What's Flossie?
Her name is Flossie.
Ooh.
Flossie is the Canadian lady who gave me the dehydrated food. The little lady. Yeah. So we have Canadian lady with us. Her name was Flossie, and we go around, and we're just going around in this cove, which is like a big circle. And no, I mentioned at the beginning of the story her name was Flossie, but what was it? So we're going around, and there is a boat, like a lot of the houses you see around a Canadian lake are rich people houses with big boats because they can afford to have a lakeside house. So
I can tell by your whimpering that I'm gonna like this story.
That's how it usually works.
Shut up! Now! So I look around, and there's this group of girls in their bathing suits.
Oh no!
No!
Oh no! Oh no, poor Jay! Oh, it's already. That's the punchline. That's all you had to say. Knowing you as a human being, that's satisfying enough. But please continue.
So they're starting to go out.
So there were girls.
Let me finish. So optical, it's fine. They're right, but so they are.
I am intimately familiar with Jay's breaking point. We are far from it.
No, listen.
Go ahead.
Let me get there. So their boat won't start. So they are now adrift in the lake. And at first we hear like, "Ah!" We're like, what the hell is that bird? What is that? But then they finally like get out a whistle and they blow to get our attention, and we're like, oh, okay. Now, at this point, I haven't exactly noticed them yet. So I'm sitting in the front of the boat, which is my usual spot for fishing. My dad likes to have me take the first crack at all the fishing spots, because I only get to fish one time a year. Yeah, it's a great system that we have. So he revs up the boat, and we're going to help out this boat in distress. And as we get closer is when I realize that we are approaching a boat of barely clothed ladies.
Of babes?
And this is
babes?
Yes. Now,
Bikini babes.
Bikini babes!
This is a dream!
Bikini babe!
Now listen, this is normally fine, but my dad is in the boat, and I know exactly what he's gonna do!
Wait, when is that ever normally fine?
What?
Never mind, go ahead.
Okay.
Anyway, just as a pause really quick, I like how you learn the dwarf language by biting their heads.
Yep.
The door of language?
Dwarf language.
Oh! You're just kind of absorbing it with your teeth.
Yep, I mean, same, but go ahead, so there were babes.
Yes. Alright, so... my son didn't get laid there. No, Gomez. No. But anyway, so... we get up there, and now... like, help, our boat won't start, and we need you to drag us to shore. I'm like,
Wait, this happened?
what? Yes!
Oh my
yes, this happened!
God.
Yes! So we
this
went...
year, actually.
Yes! No, fucking... no, I'm in the front of the boat, so I have to get them like, here, toss me your rope, and I'll put it back in there, and, Dad, take this rope, because one, I've never done a boat-to-boat rescue before. So I'm like, crap, my dad's gonna show me up here. This is fine. It's okay. We're just gonna get through this. So we tie him up to our boat, we drag him over to the dock, and then my dad is like, oh, by the way, ladies, we were just thinking about stopping to have lunch. Father, no. Father, no. Could you let us stay on this dock? So that we could have
Well
lunch.
done, Daddy!
Fucking Dad, stop!
Oh my God.
Oh no! So then, gosh, freaking like,
What a
Go up
fucking
there.
champion.
oh, so we go and we try to have lunch, and we have Flossie's new and improved gas stoves which actually work. So I just get down and like I just.
Oh, now I'm in
just
an
take
RPG.
this- What's this? Oh yes. I take a gas stove with some mashed potatoes on top of it, and I just start stirring and try to heat it up. And I'm just stirring it up in there, and it's like my dad's talking to him. He's helping them hook his car battery to their battery in their boat, like from our boat to their boat. And they're trying to help us so the boat will fix it, but then they're trying to figure out if their dad will get mad at them if we short circuit the boat.
Oh, everybody drink some water.
Oh, yes, I'll drink some milk. Now, during the conversation, I just keep hearing things like, oh, yeah, son, what was your job again? Tech support, Dad. You fucking know that, you goddamn Leslie old man. I just keep stirring the mashed potatoes. I'll just stir the mashed potatoes. Because I know what he's doing. I don't want it to happen. I just want to go back to fishing. So I'm just stirring it. And then I realized that I've been stirring these mashed potatoes for like 15 minutes, and it's not getting any hotter with the stove, because apparently the stove blew out, but I was so intent on just like not looking at what's happening. And then, at some point, there was like a spider, like one of these big, like, water walking spiders that's like long enough that they can like walk on the surface tension of the water, like, yes. And they go like, oh no! And my dad is over there by him in prime spider stomping position. But I can see on his face, he was trying to distract himself, go, son, come get this spider! Dad, get the spider! I'm stirring mashed potatoes! And finally, finally, we get back in the boat. We thank them for the meal time. I sit there like, oh my God, please just let this end. And I say some things here and there, but boy howdy, when we get back in the boat and go back in the water, the moment we're out in the open lake, all I hear from the back of the boat is, they didn't even talk to the ladies in the bikinis. Like, Dad, stop!
Oh my God.
Leave me alone, Dad! Oh, my son won't even talk to the ladies in there. Good time. They seem like nice girls. You can date one. And they have a boat and a house in our favorite cove, son. Think about it. Dad, stop! And this was last year. This June is the first year we go back up, and that's our favorite cove. But now every time we go there, hey son, keep your eye out for any boats with bikini babies in them. You'll get a second try. Shut up, Dad! And that's why what I mean when I say it's my ex-favorite cove. Important question. Did you murder the spider, or are you a good person? I was not there. I was not in there. So no, my dad stepped on the spider because all the ladies were freaking out. And this is the big one. So the
bikini
so that
baby
happened.
coves.
But yeah, that's what we're calling it too. We gotta go back to Bikini Bay. Oh, Dad, stop it.
Jay, you have to admit that's a perfect
fishing.
name for it, though.
What's this?
You have to admit it's a perfect name for it.
Yeah, Bikini Bay.
The worst part is that's not even the first bikini story in that bay. Which is why it fucking... Well, the other one was just this girl, like we were fishing, and she just kind of saunters out of the
God, I can
cabin.
hear you. I can hear you moving your body around in a sauntering motion. As you say that, I can just...
No! Fuck it!
I don't need VR to hear that.
No! She just saunters out, and then she's just like, and she just keeps diving in the water, and just casually looking over her shoulder. I'm like, nope, it's not happening. But my dad's in the back going, hey, you noticed that? Yes, Dad, I saw it. Shut up. I'm just trying to catch the fish. You go back to Bikini Bottom. No! The Bikini Bottoms were the problem. Also, it just didn't feel right. Like, I don't want to look at them. Like, it's not their fault that they're stuck with me in this position and they don't have towels to cover themselves with. Or did they? I think they did. I was trying to give them privacy. And then my dad was sabotaging me. But anyway, that's pretty much it. No, it's just like I have to like be afraid of this year's Canada trip because of Bikini Bay. And that's how my dating scene is going. How are you guys doing?
So, any other fun stories you have, Jay?
I don't know. Any more buses you want to throw me on?
Let's see. What do we have? We have the people you kill in Canada.
We have what?
What?
You know how you kill people in Canada.
The chat has a joke that I actually go up to Canada because I need to bury dead bodies.
I mean, that is why you go, right?
No, it's not why I go, first of all, and I don't even know how it started. Okay, they're wearing bikinis, they don't care if they're being looked at as long as you aren't creep. Yeah, but I don't know how not to creep. Alright, listen, let me... Wait, no,
Snip that! Snip that! Somebody, snip that!
Let me explain!
Snip it!
What I mean!
Wrong door! Wrong door!
No! Let me... No, let me... Let me. So I think so hard about not being a creep that I freeze and I worry too much, and then my face ends up making me look like a creep because they assume that's what I'm doing. Where I'm just trying really hard internally to like not be creep, not be creep, not be creep. No. So I'm stuck in this whole like circle of oh god.
Oh, I died.
Don't let me be creepy to these ladies! Well, in doing so, I am already being creepy to the ladies! And it's so bad! And that's my dad!
Jay, just remember, whenever you see a beautiful woman wearing a bikini, it's what matters on the inside.
But the problem is that
As in, what's under the bikini?
Yeah,
What's inside the bikini?
No, Jay.
No, Jay.
No, Jay. Are there any stories you remember that I would be quote unquote proud of telling?
I want to hear some Norway stories.
Yeah, please.
Regale me with some Norse.
Let me think of some. Oh God, I'm all hot and bothered. I can't think of one.
Oh, they hear me. That's me barking near the spores.
I heard a puppy. What was the one? No. Shoot.
What was the one, Jay?
Trying to think of a story. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Chris and I have a joke now with oh no because apparently I never heard the Kikwis from Skyward Sword correctly.
Oh no.
Apparently they're going Kikwu or something like that. But I always read it as every time they cowered in fear, they're going oh no. Oh no.
So whenever I call Jay, he starts it in one of two ways. Oh, hello, creator. Or
Hello, creator.
Or a long pause and then oh no.
Oh no. We have a total of two jokes. Definitely will be fixed by the stream now. But anyway, a story.
Take processor, the gift shop doxing, the long middle name, the globulous thing. Those times you
One stream at a fucking time.
Those times you almost started rolling down a cliff. The out the Hitchcock thing.
Yes, but let's get a Sam story.
Oh, do I have any stories about the children at work?
Wasn't there something with you? There was some story you told when we were in New Jersey, and I'm truly trying hard to remember what that story was. Like, it might not even be on any of the streams. You were just hanging around. Vadita, Glublius, I am tired of this puberty. I'm growing hair in places where I should not have places. Please collect the Dragon Balls to save me.
What the fuck?
Don't worry about it.
Good question, Jay. What the fuck?
Don't worry about it.
Hey Jay.
Yes.
What the fuck?
No, Chris, you're not saying the correct thing. You had to say I'm worrying about it.
I'm worried. Yeah. Actively. Current status. Worried.
No, wait. It's a thing for me and Ryu. Where I was trying to remember the name of something. I was trying to remember the name of something, and its name was Glublius. But I don't remember how I got on the subject. But we were talking about how this character. Wait, what's that?
How do I get to this puppy?
You hop up and then go left.
Oh,
I did it!
Rescue the chest. Oh, he's on my back.
Oh, look at that!
The chat says you were thinking of Nibbler from Foodorama.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so yes, I thought his name was Glublius. But also at the same point, we were fighting a boss that was like, it started out as a baby, and then it slowly got older during the fight until it was just dead, and you were fighting its gravestone. And at some point, I just scream really mad that I'm tired of fighting this puberty boss. He's like, puberty? I'm like, yeah, he just keeps getting older during the fight. He's like, no, that's not puberty. Like, yeah, he's just like changing things. Like, okay, well, listen, Frieza from Dragon Ball Z also changes his body from time to time. Is he going through puberty? And that's when he said that quote, Vegeta, Glublius. Get the Dragon Ball to save me from this puberty. And it's a really good voice. I cannot do the justice.
Yeah, Ryu has a way.
Yeah.
With a capital W with voices.
I think it was also one of the hardest times I've heard him laugh in a clip. I do like that one. But anyway, Sap's story. There's a Sap story somewhere.
I love how desperate you are.
Change it off of me? Yes. Oh, hey, Saps! I got one! Hey, Sapsaloo, Sapsabro, Sapsalooza!
That's the sound of revenge we hear.
Hey Saps, you know what's really good? What's really fun to do, Saps? Come on. What's something?
Mowing the lawn.
What's that?
Mowing the lawn.
Mowing the lawn! That's right. Well, apparently, this man has to mow the lawn a lot, and he wanted to complain about it, but I forgot, what were we doing when you brought that up? Was it in a Nuzlocke?
I believe it was a Nuzlocke.
Yeah.
That or Mario, Paper Mario.
And we were talking about things that we genuinely enjoyed, and then Saps, all we hear is, you guys know what I think is fun? We're like, what? Saps is like, mowing the lawn. We always we just kind of stop, like, what?
Yeah, so basically, like, that was also clipped really out of context too, because they removed my following sentence: in the rain.
That's right.
Saps?
Basically, I for summer jobs, my grandparents has a cleaning company.
Okay.
And I also had a great grandmother that needed help with mowing the lawn.
Wait, what? Wait,
What?
a what grandmother?
Great grandmother.
Oh, they should green. Continue.
This is why people make fun of you, Jay.
I know. Healing herbs. But yeah,
Now,
so, your grandma.
anyways. Yeah, so some some days are a bit harder to mow than others. One lawn could take anything from 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I had already been mowing 2 lawns at that point, so that was probably around 2 hours.
And you're probably very hot.
No, it's Norway.
Oh.
But still, I was tired and didn't want to keep doing it. But then I was doing my great grandmother's lawn, which was one of the bigger ends. And in the middle of mowing, it started pouring. And it just won't stop. And I'm like soaking through my jacket and everything. And at that point, it's like, it's not even worth taking a break. If I go inside and dry myself and go outside again, I would just get wet again.
Yes, that is always the war with the rain. But it might have stopped while you were in there.
It didn't.
No,
It didn't. It's Norway.
I love how the response to anything is, no, it's Norway.
Uh-huh.
Anything, no, it's Norway.
I remember when what was it? I was walking over to the after-school program from the teacher. We'll save that one for later. Well, no, don't worry about it. Now,
Wait, what do I not know about?
that's later. Later, if I say anything about it, we're gonna change the story I was about to tell. Okay. Now,
How could you
I was
laugh?
walking. What's this?
How could you use a laugh?
Listen, we'll tell the story in a goddamn bit. Now.
Dad.
No, so, what was actually happening, and it was actually important, was that I was trying to walk to that school program, and they just let loose. It was just pouring rain.
How old were you?
I was probably, it was high school, so like, 16-ish maybe. And so, I'm walking, it's like hard to see kind of raining. I have to walk a good mile to where I'm going.
Holy shit.
So on the way there, I passed this office supply store. And I decide my best idea is to to open the door and slosh in. And I walk up to the counter, and the lady is just staring at me with that, like, pursed lip look like, oh my god. And I look at her and I go, do you have any on your way to the office umbrellas? It's the only way I can think of to, like, why they would have it in here. She's like, boy, I will drive you to where you need to go. No, if you, like, I'll keep going. I just wonder if you had any. She's like, let me go give you my umbrella. You come back some other day. You just go. And I had to walk the rest of the way holding this little yellow floral umbrella in the rain. where I came sloshing in the after-school program when it was homework time, and they just kind of looked at me and like they didn't even ask. They knew not to ask. Well, I mean, because it was after the time that I came in after being hit by a car.
What? Wait. That is wait. That's wait. Hold on. Let me just. I'm just gonna be Jay for a second. You know what's a fun story? One time I got wet, and then I went to class, and everybody looked at me, and it was awkward, and I was sloshing. But that's okay, because it was after the time I got hit by a car. End of story.
He nonchalantly just drops bombs like that.
Just because I also recently had a thing where my neighbors got evicted for selling drugs, I didn't think it was that.
But that happened like a month ago, and he never mentioned it.
I just didn't think about it.
We heard about it last week.
Well, also, I yelled it out in the heat of a moment while raging against Pepsi Man. Anyway, but no, there was a time where I was late for that same after-school program. I was late getting there, so I really wanted to get across this intersection very quickly. Oh, you got killed by a frog?
A spider with pointy feet.
Oh, it's like a crab frog. A frab.
But yeah, the car.
Crog. Oh, sorry. I get to this intersection with a valid crosswalking lighting system that I probably should have used, but chose not to. Though I saw the light was turning yellow. It's like, okay, all the cars are gonna stop. I'm gonna run across and not wait for this long ass light thing. I don't want to do it. So I run. What I didn't know was that a van had just turned around the corner, and they also saw the yellow light and said, I could make that. So I'm running like, yeah, I'm getting across. And I look to my left and here's the van. No! So I'm able to like slide to a stop and lean back. My whole body like, oh, I'm sorry. I gotta put my hands up there like, no! But my knees are not out of the way.
Look at what Gomez is saying.
What is Gomez? Oh, somebody needs to make a wiki of J stories. All the interconnected J lore, JPedia. Oh, I don't know if I would want to see that, because there would be so many stories. Oh, hey, the spider frogs can fly.
Yeah, they're kind of the worst enemies. Oh god. They keep doing things that I don't expect them to do, and I don't like it.
Because we are frabs. So what is it? Yes. So I get hit across the knees because I couldn't do it. So I get spun around and I fall to the ground in the middle of this busy intersection where now the light has changed, but no one goes because I just saw this kid get hit by a car. And it's a very strange feeling being the person at the intersection who got hit by the car.
being the person.
Right. So you are now that guy, and you're like, what is my first move as the hittee of a car?
What is my first move as a victim?
Yeah, so
very important.
Yeah, as most people would probably stay down to make sure they're okay. I get up out of embarrassment.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
But so I run over to the car because the van has pulled over a little past the intersection. It's just there with their hazards on, and I run up to the window and I knock on the window, and she slowly rolls down the window, and there's this little old lady clutching her chest like, I just killed a child. And I don't know what to say, so all I say to her is, are you okay? And she looks over like, am I okay? I'm like, no, madam, I'm fine. Please don't feel bad. I'm sorry that I ran. It was my fault, please.
No, madam.
Madam!
Oh my god, I forgot about Madam.
Madam! But anyway, so that's not a word that I say very often. But so this poor lady, she's like, here, no, please, I'll take you to the hospital. Like, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. I'm afraid of what my parents would think of me getting hit by a car. Like, maybe they'll not have to find out.
You'll get in trouble. He was afraid to go to the hospital because he would get in trouble.
Yes, but...
God, Jay.
Yes. So I just just said, I'll walk, and I did. I walked the rest of the way, and it wasn't until about a third of the way left to go that my knees did start to hurt a little bit. I'm like, this is fine. This is okay.
This is fine.
But so I then walk in late because I had to subdue that situation, and for reasons I'll get into later, this is actually a program for kids who are in trouble.
Oh,
now,
God.
It wasn't my fault. The chat.
It was your fault.
It was not my fault. It was not my fault. Now, anyway, so they don't believe me. They don't believe me. So they're like, why you lit? I got hit by a car. And you walked here, huh? Oh, you got hit by a car. So I couldn't wear, I cannot wear jeans. I can't. They just don't,
I've never seen you wear jeans.
Right, no, I can't. They don't agree with my skin. My skin is just very dry, and it just irritates it, and it's not a good time for anybody. So I wear white khakis. So guess what happens when you get hit by a car across the knees while wearing white khakis?
You bleed?
You get tire marks on your pants!
Oh my God,
So I just kind of walk up and I go, ta-da! Like, you got hit by a car! Like, it's not a big deal! I walked here, I have to be fine! But they're all trained in, like,
I'm literally rubbing my face.
You're gonna do that a lot if you stream with Trey.
Listen. These people,
I'm listening.
These people that trained in first aid, so they checked me out. I was fine because this is a program when we go like mountain biking and whitewater kayaking and canoeing and stuff.
Jay, why are we in a program for bad kids?
Do we have to get into this now?
Yes, we have to eventually, but we'll get to it.
But we might bleed over into Echo Time, and I can't tell the story and be a dolphin at the same time.
Jumping Pants Acquired, baby!
Our Jay.
Bean pants!
Jay, I can tell it for you because I know that story.
Fucking, let me defend myself because it's a pretty awkward story to swallow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Well, we did we finish the driven over by a car story?
You mean the other? You want me to tell the other car story too with it?
Well, I was wondering if we would finish the first one because Nev was going to mention that there's a second one.
Yes, there is a second one where I was biking along the road and this car stops way back, like 5 car lengths away from the stop sign. Like, I guess they're giving me a lot of room to go across, so I start to cross in it. Suddenly the car rubs forward like a purposeful hit and run. I'm like, ah! And the car comes. And thankfully it gets to me where it only hits my front wheel, so it spins it out of my hands. And it's the middle of winter, that leads into another story. We're not getting into that story, but I'm biking in winter. And I have a backpack full of winter clothes. So the bike gets knocked out from under me. I fall on the backpack of clothes, which then acts as an airbag. Just the problem is that my arms are out to either side and I'm up off the ground. So I'm literally like turtled, like I can't get up. So I'm just laying there. And this lady, this nurse, gets out of the car, horrified that she's almost killed a person. And now I, again, not sure what I should do in this situation.
Wait, so you've been hit by a car twice?
Yes. Well, the second time the bike got hit, I didn't get hit by that car. I just fell over onto a nice padded thing of clothes, and I'm just laying there. But I don't know what to say to her. So
guess what he says?
I ask, are you okay? And very soon I get, am I okay? But thankfully she was a nurse. What happened was she was
thankfully she was a nurse.
Thankfully she was a nurse and she checked me out and I was okay. Which I tried to tell her, like, I just fell on my clothes. You didn't hit me with your car at all. Can I go? Madam, please stop touching me.
So wait, you got checked out by a nurse?
Yes, because she... Well, I mean, like, physically. Bodily, muscularly, damagedly.
You physically got checked out by a nurse?
What's this?
Said you physically got checked out by a nurse?
Yes, make sure that I was okay when she fell out of the sky and hit me with her car. Now, what turned out what happened was when she stopped way far back from the stop sign, she had fallen asleep in her car after a 16-hour shift. And she woke up and she revved the engine, and that's when she hit me. Okay, that's the second the second car story.
Honestly, I've been playing this whole game in a trance, and I don't even know what I'm doing at this point.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Well, Jay, you know the thing about working for 16 hours and suddenly falling asleep behind her wheel?
Oh, yeah, there's a Sam story. Fuck you, go ahead.
Fuck you, go ahead. Jay, 2019.
So, Chris, I have a bit of a... Sometimes I have a bit of an intense work schedule.
Really?
Like this week, I suddenly got an extra load of work because of some situation with a coworker. So I am now basically working from 8 to 4 every day. And on my last day of work before Easter vacation, I'm ready to go home, relax. It's 2 o'clock currently with this kid at the physician, and I get a call from my mom. Now she asked, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" "Oh, I'm at work." "Oh, well, I have a question." And I immediately know where this is going. And I do not like it. And she asks, "So, this, we are kind of short on people for night shift right now. And we were wondering if you could at least cover for tonight." And I was like, "Sure, I can do that. I'm gonna talk with the boss." Because I work at a second job as well as being assistant teacher, but it's a much like they had to cut down on people, and I'm basically just a substitute when there's really need for it, and this was one of those times. And I called the other boss. We figured out that all right, working Friday to Saturday and Sunday to Monday is the initial plan. And those are from 10:15 p.m. to 8 a.m. shifts. Where you are awake.
Where you are, yeah, that's an important distinction.
Yeah. Yeah, some people have resting shifts like that. Oh, some of them have resting shifts, and they are like paid for every third hour.
Okay.
But,
so you was tired and you was in your car.
No, I was tired, and I still did my job.
Okay.
And that was fine. I went home.
End of story.
You wish.
Sam is a good worker.
That's lying, we all know it.
The ending is Saps is superhuman.
Well, I then get home, go to bed like I usually do, and wake up 4 hours later. But I got no message from my boss, I got no message from anything, and I just go, oh, well, I assume it's fine then. It turns into 5 o'clock, still no message from the boss, no message from anything else. Everything is fine. So I just go, okay, so I'm going to just stay awake till around 11 or so, and then I will probably go to bed. 7 or 6:30, I got a message from my boss. Hey, so nobody was able to take that night shift. Could you take this one too? And it was too late for me to take another nap. So I then do another 10:15 to 8 shifts.
Alan, how much sleep?
4 hours.
Oh, come on, this stupid thing.
I know.
That's what I feel too, yes.
No, I don't think I should.
And then I drive home, no problem. And then I sleep for probably 6 hours the next day. And then I have another night shift the day following that.
Oh my god, 3 in a row.
Yep. And that is after a full week of regular work as well.
That's Saps after 3 days in a row.
Basically. But that day actually felt like it went a lot better than the first day, with the exception of me forgetting my phone charger at home, so I had no phone for the last hour or so.
Which is
But
hell.
I did have a computer.
So at least you can entertain yourself that way.
One Piece is fun.
You're almost caught up, aren't you?
I'm about 100 episodes away now.
Anyway.
So yeah, I then start driving home. It's going fine. I still have about probably 5 minutes left. And then suddenly I am at the edge of the ditch on the other side of the road.
Suddenly
you are awoken from your blissful dream.
Yeah, because apparently
Nami. Sorry, what?
No! I had apparently zoned out, not realized, reawoken, and saw me about to swear off to the other side of the road into the ditch.
Oh, Jesus. I see.
And I then got kind of panicked trying to go to the other side of the road, not going to the ditch, and very fairly loses control. But I managed to stop in the middle of the road and know the harm was done.
Okay.
Hooray.
But I was very...
Wherever that last VOD ended at. Now, Chris,
Okay.
may I ask you a favor?
Yes, dear.
Or no, that's, are you done first? Are you done?
I have a little bit left.
Oh, okay.
Because then I actually have a dash cam, so I actually have the video right here on
you not
on
posted
hand.
it?
Oh man, you should upload that to CATV YouTube. Sap
At least it's not me in
fucking
the same
wipes
canon.
out .mp3 WMA.
Most popular video of our channel.
I just want to hear like alarmed Norwegian.
I actually was completely silent during that. I was like, like I was basically like a deer in a headlight.
Like a
about to get
deer,
windshield in his
like a
ass.
deer and Jay's headlights.
Fuck you both.
But yeah,
I'm done with this fucking level. I'm gonna have to look up what to do because I've been in a trance playing this game and I don't even know what my objective is anymore. All I know is I got
you need to
jumping
collect the
shorts. What?
Oh.
but yeah.
So,
So
we collected dwarfs.
I think we collected all the dwarves.
I have to get a kid.
Oh, okay.
And for that we needed flower seeds or something. But
Someone
so
was
the
paying
funny thing
attention.
is, I thought we needed to like end the that was the end of the story. I thought like I just mentioned Chad, I was spoofed. I had this video, but nothing else happened, and or it's fine. I thought I maybe had a bump on the car, but I didn't. So I then go to my dad later that day because he's about to leave for vacation following that.
Oh.
What is this 2000? Nostalgia is what it is. Can you get in there?
But yeah, I then go to him because we haven't spoken since Christmas. And then when we he like sees my car, we are gonna drive to the shop, and he's like, you know, I'm actually surprised. I'm not to be like a comment about your driving skills or anything like that, but I expected there at least be some damage on the car before meeting you again. And I just sat there thinking about how I almost ran into the dish the very same day.
No, the car was fine. I swear.
I have
that
been
funny?
a good responsible driving.
Well, so my question though, Chris, is, it sounds like you're done, but would you mind playing for a little while longer while I tell that story?
Which
To
one?
defend my honor?
Which one?
Story?
The story about why I was in a program for kids who were in trouble.
Well, I think that would be a great topic for Echo the Dolphin.
I don't think I can tell that story and
I
play a
can tell
dolphin
it
at the
for
same
you.
time. No, I don't want you telling the story. This story is delicate.
It would be very good.
It is a delicate story.
I would tell
It
it so
needs
it wouldn't.
proper context.
It would be said so that you wouldn't have lost any of your reputation.
But I don't
Yes, it would. That's why I am concerned.
But I don't know what to do right now in this game. I don't know what I should
Jay.
be doing. Blah.